Did you know that the founder of Uber was rejected by Google 2 times before they invested in his idea? Or that Travis Kalanick, Uber's co-founder, had a really bad reputation? I'm going to tell you all about it. So let's start. Travis Carlton C. Kalanick was born in 1976 in Northvale, New Jersey, to a middle-class family. He grew up in an affluent suburb of New York City and attended a public school where he was considered intelligent but also problematic. Even at such a young age, he was already trying to make money by reselling candy and soda to his classmates, even though he himself didn't have much money. The boy sold snacks for a small profit and earned enough to buy himself a computer. Travis knew that he was smarter than most kids his age, and that made him unpopular among them. So, he spent most of his free time alone playing computer games. And this is exactly what he did until he graduated from the University of California at Los Angeles with a bachelor's degree in 2000. While studying at UCLA, he joined the prestigious business fraternity called Alpha Psi and met many influential people who would later become successful entrepreneurs like Mike Maples and Garrett Camp. After graduating from UC, Kalanick moved to Boston and got a job at an internet company called 2 years later, he became one of the founders of a company called Red Swoosh, which specialized in peer-to-peer file-sharing technology. Red Swoosh raised $4 million from investors and went on to acquire several other companies. However, none of them were particularly successful. In 2006, Red Swoosh merged with another company called Kazaa, and Kalanick left the new company after the merger. Around the same time, he founded an online payment platform called Xoom, which allowed users to send money to each other over the internet. But while working on these projects, he realized that his real passion lay elsewhere. While attending a friend's birthday party in Paris, France, Travis Kalanick met Garrett Camp, a Canadian entrepreneur and co-founder of a popular ride-sharing service. They hit it off immediately and began discussing various business ideas over dinner. One of them was an idea for a website that would allow people to hail cabs with just the click of a button. At the time, there were numerous taxi services available in major cities around the world, but none of them offered an easy way to request a cab through the internet or mobile app. This inspired them to create a ride-hailing service called Uber, which later became simply known as Uber. Kalanick and Camp incorporated Uber Technologies Inc. on February 11, 2009, although their official launch date is considered to be March 2009. According to Kalanick, the name Uber was suggested by one of his friends who thought it sounded cool and mysterious. In addition to developing software for requesting rides, the co-founders wanted to create a system for tracking drivers' locations in real time, using GPS technology. This would allow customers to see how long it would take for a driver to arrive and provide an estimated fare. The men also planned on implementing surge pricing, which charges customers more when demand for rides is high because drivers earn more during busy periods, leading to increased availability. But despite having a great idea, the founders struggled to get funding from venture capitalists, who believed the idea was too risky and not viable. After failing to raise funds in the US, they decided to try their luck in France, where they had incorporated Uber initially and managed to secure $250,000 in seed funding from a group of French investors led by a company called First Round Capital. With the funding secured, the team returned to San Francisco and officially launched UberCab on June 2009. The initial response was positive, with customers praising the convenience and affordability of the service. However, the company soon began facing pushback from taxi drivers who complained that UberCab was operating illegally without the proper licenses and permits. On September 23, 2009, San Francisco's Municipal Transportation Agency issued cease and desist letters to UberCab, alleging that its drivers were violating local laws by providing transportation services without the required permits. Despite the setback, UberCab continued to operate and expanded to other cities, including Seattle and Portland, Oregon. By December 2009, the company had over 1,000 registered users in Seattle and 5,000 in Portland. In 2010, Uber underwent rapid expansion, launching in multiple new cities and raising millions of dollars in venture capital funding. The company also faced several legal challenges as taxi drivers and regulators sought to prevent Uber's growth. For example, in October 2010, the New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission proposed new regulations that would have required Uber drivers to obtain which are expensive permits that allow drivers to legally operate taxis in the city. Uber responded by launching a campaign called Do Unte Taxi, My Ride, to fight back against the proposed regulations. The campaign generated significant public support and ultimately led to the TLC reducing the cost of medallions, making it easier for Uber drivers to comply with regulations. In May 2011, Uber announced a partnership with Microsoft to develop a new version of its mobile app. The app included features like in-app payments and the ability to schedule rides in advance. Also, in 2011, Uber expanded to multiple new cities, including Chicago, Miami, and Philadelphia. By the end of the year, the company had over 10,000 registered drivers and 1 million users. In 2012, Uber continued to expand globally, launching in cities like London, Paris, and Bangalore, India. The company also faced increasing competition from other ride-hailing services, including Halo and Lyft. To differentiate itself, Uber introduced new features like UberX, a more affordable option that used regular cars instead of luxury vehicles, and UberCab. In 2013, Uber's growth continued with the launch of new products and services. In April, the company introduced Uber Eats, a food delivery service that allowed customers to order from local restaurants directly through the Uber app. Later that year, Uber launched UberSUV, a service that provided customers with larger vehicles for group rides. Despite this growth, Uber continued to face criticism and controversy, including allegations of price gouging and claims that its surge pricing algorithm was designed to maximize profits rather than respond to actual demand. By 2014, Uber had become a major player in the ride-hailing industry, operating in dozens of cities around the world. The company raised hundreds of millions of dollars in funding and was valued in the billions. However, Uber's rapid expansion came under scrutiny as the company faced several high-profile scandals, including allegations of sexual harassment and discrimination. Travis Kalanick's management style also came under fire, as he was accused of creating a toxic work environment. Despite these challenges, Uber continued to grow and innovate, launching new products and services. In 2015, the company introduced Uber Cash, a digital wallet that allowed customers to pay for rides and purchases within the Uber app. Later that year, Uber launched UberPool, a carpooling service that allowed multiple passengers traveling in the same direction to share a ride and save money. Uber also expanded internationally, launching in new countries like Brazil and South Africa. In 2016, Uber continued to face scrutiny and controversy as the company faced several legal challenges, including a lawsuit from Alphabet's self-driving car division, Waymo, which alleged that Uber had stolen trade secrets. Despite these challenges, Uber continued to grow and expand, launching in new cities and countries. The company also raised billions of dollars in funding, bringing its valuation to over $68 billion. In 2017, Uber's troubles continued with the release of a report detailing widespread sexual harassment within the company. Travis Kalanick took responsibility for the issues but ultimately resigned from his position as CEO. Despite these challenges, Uber continued to grow and expand, launching new products and services. In 2018, the company introduced Uber Connect, a delivery service that allowed businesses to use Uber's network of drivers to deliver goods. Despite these challenges, Uber continued to grow and expand, launching new products and services. In 2019, the company introduced Uber Green, a sustainable transportation option that allowed customers to book rides in hybrid or electric vehicles. Despite these challenges, Uber continued to grow and expand, launching new products and services. In 2020, the company introduced Uber Direct, a delivery service designed for businesses. Despite these challenges, Uber continues to be a major player in the ride-hailing and delivery industries, providing transportation and delivery services in cities around the world. The company's future remains uncertain as it faces ongoing competition, regulatory scrutiny, and economic challenges. Only time will tell what the future holds for Uber. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on any future uploads. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.